Yeah, I think
It's
that's
like
definitely
lighthearted almost. For like
yeah,
Sarragat's theme, for instance.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to mention. Harrogate is like, for some reason, it's like the contrast between the happiness of the music and just what is going on screen is just so great, but it works as well.
Well, you know, I really like when games or movies or anything does that, where what's happening on the screen doesn't match the music. It as far as mood goes, because it just
it's like a dramatic discordance. It's a
It makes both more obvious. It makes both what's happening on the screen and what's happening in your ears. Both of them become more obvious because they're not syncing up.
And it definitely kind of makes it even more creepier somehow.
Yeah,
it's like when you see, it's like the classic kind of when you have like children in the horror game, it makes it even more disturbing, even though they're children.
Yeah, the happy little music box and there's creepy children.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah, the thing is with Usurper, I keep telling him that make the areas creepy, but not be too creepy, because you're gonna be running around in it nonstop, and it has to be like, it's odd, but people actually live here, so it's also it also has to be kind of positive. So there's gonna be lots of different stuff in Usurper in music wise.
There's definitely gonna be a lot more variety than Shrouded and Sanity had, which should work quite well, hopefully. Anyway.
It does so far. People love the demo's music anyway. So
I just really also dug the demo in general. Although I was also like, those fog priests can die in a fire. Just so painful.
I feel bad because I haven't actually played the demo yet because it keeps crashing on my computer.
Oh, terrible.
It's not the demo's fault. It's something happening with my computer.
No, it is the demo's fault in one way, because not very technical term anyway, it's a single runtime executable, meaning that it creates the game on the spot. It extracts everything and runs everything in a temporary folder.
I saw that.
And therefore the options of stuff like that, to actually set the settings, and certain setups won't like that. I knew that going in, but it's like, I don't want the folder, because then you could literally extract half the game that you shouldn't see.
Okay.
So I don't want that.
You want people data mining it beforehand and cribbing.
No, not just that, but it's like you could literally look at stuff that you shouldn't. It wouldn't be even data mining because it's out in the open. So no. That's why I did it like that. So
okay. Well, I mean, that
makes
reasonable.
sense.
It kind of defeats the purpose of making a game if the game's already there.
Yeah, I don't want people to look into it yet, because Usurper is like 5 to 7 times larger than Shrouded and Sanity. It's not. Yeah.
That reminds me. You mentioned there was some Easter eggs that people still hadn't found in Shrouded and Sanity. Or at least one.
I'm not gonna say what it is. Yeah. Sorry. I actually enjoy that it's not found. So I'm really glad about that.
Okay, I want a hint then. Is it Sanity related or not?
No.
Oh.
No.
Just
Don't worry. It's super obscure, and it's like, no. Usurper will have a lot of those.
We had to look it up to figure out what the guy pinned to the wall with a spear was a reference to.
What was that again?
It was Valkyrie profile.
Yeah.
Which actually, no, I needed you to go and tell me that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
thing is,
game I hadn't played.
Because we were sitting there, we were playing it. We were like, whose weapon is that?
I know, right? It's like, because like the dance hall, we were able to figure out everyone else's weapon. We were like, yeah, that guy got done screwed by Sarragat. Looks like a small posse of people like went to town on him. That's Sarragat.
Yeah, there's references to stuff that is so obscure that, I mean, someone might realize it, but it's probably not. Like one of the rooms where it says that it looks like it's been abandoned for hundreds of years. That room it's a very dumb and obscure reference to the silly old Cube movies from the 2000s.
Hey, I actually saw those. You know what? They're Canadian.
Oh, okay. I was like a teenager when they came out, and I kind of liked them because they were dumb, but they were also very funny and fun in their own way. And one of them,
I've seen one of them, and it was the weakest of the ones. It was like Hypercube.
Oh yeah, Hypercube.
Oh, yeah,
is the second
that's
one.
yeah, and it's actually a reference to that one, the dumb one, the 3D or free, where it's like time as well. Like the cube is messing with time, and there was one striking scene in it that I remembered, and I was like, "Yeah, Jesus, what it would be like to."
Was it the scene where they're having sex, and then the person goes in the room, and they're like,
Yes,
dried out, and shriveled?
they dried up corpses. I was like, that's so dumb because they wouldn't be like that, you know. But it's like the idea of like a time wave or whatever that is instantly washing away like hundreds of years. It's like, yeah, that's fun. I kind of love that concept, you know. Like I love obscure horror, like these stupid concepts. Like one of the favorites of mine in Lovecraft are the weird ones, like the color out of space, where it's just
Space is neat. Fire vampires are neat.
I really like Reanimator because it's not like his usual stuff, but it's also really weird.
Yeah, it's funny because they kept telling him, you can't make it horrible, you can't make it creepy. I mean, you can make it creepy, but you can't make it like this nihilistic thing you always do. And he was like, okay, here's this silly story about a guy who just reanimates corpses and makes it kind of comedic. And it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Which it became a great movie. And
one of the very few good ones that is not an indie movie.
Have you seen the sequel to Reanimator?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hurt myself in that.
It's
I highly
hilarious.
recommend it. I highly recommend it if you want to see some truly bad, goofy.
Okay,
horror.
it's so bad, it's good.
We love that kind of movie with my wife.
There's a scene with a singing penis.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So take that as you will.
Yeah, it's thanks to my wife that I've seen just about every horror movie ever because she was going to a movie university, so she actually, you know, did the whole watch all the classics. We had to watch every single one of those classics, you know, and we've seen all the horror movies because she's into horror.
That's I was going to film school, so I know that experience pretty well.
We loved it, and the thing is, we're so desensitized to like horror and violence that I wanted to put on things in the Shrouded and Sanity that are completely you're not supposed to, you know. Well, children was in the game. Well, they're still children, I think, if you can make it out, stuck to the trees when you're very low sanity.
Yeah, I've actually seen them.
But those were supposed to be enemies, but I was like, no, you can't go there. Jem told me off that you can't do that.
Oh no, you totally could have. It's like Silent Hill did it.
Actually, well, you have to be very careful about it because it's actually in the United States. It is actually illegal to detect violence on children.
Yeah, I know, and that's the reason. Like, I was like, no, it's very, very sensitive. You have to be very specific about things, and I'm like, nah, I'm not.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't that important.
Them so they're not children.
Yeah.
It's even the zombie children are.
No.
Yeah, but it has to be non-human.
Yeah. Like weird gray.
And apparently it's not enough that they are violently insane, you know, even though it's the same thing as zombies pretty much, you know, like, yeah, kind of the same, but it's like, yeah, whatever. I didn't put it in, so.
It's a standards thing that they won't, a lot of games will get shut down real quick because of it.
I think it's
Because
one of the
back when-
things where it wasn't worth the effort of
Yeah,
trying to
not
make it a bit
worth it.
less creepy, and it which kind of ruined it in a way. So we
The
decided
thing
not
is, when it was still a concept of the city, it would have been more important because the Victorian age, children were everywhere.
Yeah.
They were on the
Like,
streets. They
urchins
were really in the
everywhere.
horror of it, So that's why it would have been more important there. In the manner I could explain that, it's an adult party tonight, so obviously they didn't bring the kids, all the nobles.
Of the enemy, although the king probably did totally have them assassinated.
Yeah, would have.
He's sort of a dick. I mean, invites all these enemies to the States over and has them assassinated en masse. Yeah, he probably had the kids murdered while their parents were getting murdered at the party.
Yeah, there was, there was some interesting stuff going on. I tried to make it look like that there was actually a party going around. That's why there's a couple in one of the bedrooms killed.
Yeah.
They were not in the dance hall like they were supposed to. They were drunk and had a good time.
So
We walked into that room and we're like, oh.
They
Well then.
were getting jiggy with it. No, the
Lavender.
bondage gear was, I think, the part that.
No, there's nothing like that. No, it's just.
No. There is someone, and it makes a comment that he's in bondage.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's not
so no.
not full gear. Just just his hands behind his back. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, that's pretty standard
Between
nowadays. I
consenting
think.
adults, whatever.